Okay. Hello, everyone. We are NavigateU. Students can face a terminology gap in industry job descriptions. And university course pages. For a role like this one, BA analyst, it requires skills like eliciting requirements and system thinking. But for courses, they describe in a very different academic language and often buried in long descriptions and prerequisite rules. That's why it would make academic planning complex and time-consuming. So that's why we designed NavigateU. We are plan to bridge the gap by translating career goals into a clear roadmap. So for a student like with this academic background, she can enter her input in our system. Then we can build her profile, conduct gap analysis, recommend related courses, and plan by semester, logistic steps, and also provide open resource materials all in one place. So to make these two things connected, we first collected graduate courses across 4 master programs and also ensure cleaned and verified metadata. We transformed 7 industry job roadmaps into a canonical skill dataset. We also collected logistic enrollment rules based on the official department and register pages. Finally, we created open resource content from trusted learning platforms. So for these 4 datasets serve as our ground truth is because we manually mapped each course to the skill dataset. We also utilized our academic experience to judge whether the recommended courses are appropriate.
So how does this actually work? So it built on 3 agentic AIs and 3 deterministic modules. So starting from the left, when users enter their user profile in the UI, so our analyzer gonna persist their inputs and save them in the key fields of their user-specific session state. Then the backend runs from top to bottom. The first one, our skill gap module can identify the gap between the current status and the user stream job and pass their missing skills to our course recommender module, which can identify these university courses that cover those gaps. If the school courses cannot cover everything, we're gonna use our open source learning module, learning agent, gonna recommend the trusted online courses to fill the remaining gap. And in the meantime, our logistic module gonna provide information about enrollment and then regarding the selective courses. And finally, our reasoning module gonna gather every information in the section state and provide the personalized report back to the user. If our user is not satisfied with it, they can prompt multiple times until they're satisfied. So you can see that everything revolves around session state. We consider it as a blackboard so that each agent and our modules can read and run unnecessary fields. So in terms of this validation, we use these helper functions for in module and the self-check prompt in each agent prompt so that they can verify their answers before returning it.
So we have 3 metrics to evaluate our system. First, the recommendation skill alignment checks both skill coverage and human-rated relevance. And for course requirement and logistics accuracy, verifies whether it can return the correct content for these 2 parts. And for clarity and reliability, we designed 5 different components, including things like metadata completeness, clarity, logistic formatting, and internal consistency. So here is our quantitative analysis to compare with a base ChatGPT model with the single prompt. As you can see, for the first item, it almost doubles, indicating much stronger skill alignment. And for CRLA, it's almost maintained the similar score. And for the CR, it also rises. Overall, we managed to improve the baseline model to a much higher number.
And in qualitative analysis, we are not only happy to see that our NavigateU beat model baseline and provide a reasonable report, but also we would like to emphasize how our models interact with users in two different ways, two important ways. First, when users are not following our instruction, like not provide a clean clean skill keywords, our models along with our function and the LLM can still reliably extract the skills from the user's nature, language, sentences. And second, we provide our users to reprompt our models multiple times. So by reweighting the skills they care about, so our model adjusts the recommendations towards their priorities, which shows this personalized nature of our system. And then the next part, during the testing, we also find some issues, like sometimes our front end couldn't provide the consistently structured bullet point, and occasionally some prerequisites were inaccurately linked to the wrong courses. And in the plan by semester section, the prerequisites relationship were hard to see across terms. But luckily, we all finished these bugs. We fixed this bug for now. And then in terms of what we can learn, next time we're gonna keep an architecture document and a short progress log to bring them, make sure in every AI interaction to avoid unexpected change. And we're gonna design the function dependency in our paper first. And yes, that's it.